So let's talk about the Count of Saint-Germain. But I want you to forget what you think you know. We're not doing a history lesson today, not even close. Instead, we're going to explore this really fascinating cinematic concept for a man who, well, who exists outside of time. So, no, this isn't a biography. It's something else entirely.
And that right there, that's the central puzzle, isn't it? A standard linear film just wouldn't work. It couldn't possibly capture the sheer scope and, the unique nature of his existence. So, if you're a filmmaker, how do you even begin to tackle a subject like this? Well, the proposed solution is just brilliant in its complexity. Instead of a straight line from A to B, the film would be structured like a mosaic. It would weave together all these different narrative threads, jumping across time to create a portrait that's less about a sequence of events and more about the very vibration of a timeless life. It's about capturing a feeling, an essence. So let's look at the first piece of this mosaic. This piece explores Saint-Germain's role in history. And what's so interesting is how the film would present him, not as some grand ruler, but as something far more subtle, and maybe, just maybe, even more powerful. The key word here is catalyst. I love the precision of that. He isn't the puppet master pulling strings from the shadows. No, he's a catalyst. His role is to introduce a key idea, a piece of timely wisdom, at just the right moment to spark change. He lights the fuse, but he never forces the outcome. And this is where that mosaic structure really gets to shine. It allows the film to show his method in action across centuries. One moment we could be in the opulent courts of Europe witnessing a quiet conversation with Louis XV. The next, boom, we're on the cusp of the American Revolution, seeing a crucial piece of counsel being offered. It's all about gently nudging history, not commanding it. And this quote, this is the key to everything. It's not just some nice little platitude, it's a survival strategy. Think about it. For a being who sees the long arc of history, trying to dictate events is a fool's errand. True, lasting change only comes from guidance. But that kind of subtle, long-term influence, it doesn't go unnoticed. When people witness something that seems impossible, they create stories to explain it. And this is where history starts to blur into myth. And of course, these are the big ones, the myths that have followed Saint-Germain for centuries. The whole idea of an elixir of life that grants immortality, the alchemical mastery of the Philosopher's Stone, and, of course, the simple, observable fact of his seeming agelessness. Now, here's a crucial point. This film concept isn't a documentary. It has absolutely no desire to debunk these myths or to confirm them, for that matter. It has a much more profound goal in mind. Instead, the film poses this question directly to us, the audience. Are we talking about literal magic potions and stones? Or are these legends really profound allegories for something attainable within ourselves? A metaphor for achieving spiritual mastery and transcending our own limitations? It leaves it up to you to decide. Which brings us to his core motivation. If he's not seeking power or fame, what's his purpose? What is the central conflict that actually drives a timeless being? First, let's be super clear about what it isn't. There's no single antagonist here, no recurring Bond villain he's fighting across the ages. The struggle is far, far bigger and more fundamental than that. And this, right here, illustrates his true adversaries. He is waging a war not against a person, but against these abstract forces that hold humanity back. Ignorance, that deep-seated inertia that resists progress, any force that seeks to limit human potential. That's the real enemy. So his mission, his entire reason for being, is the direct opposite of those adversaries. It's a singular, eternal goal: to elevate consciousness, to help humanity, piece by piece, move toward a greater state of enlightenment. But a grand mission like that, it has to come with a profound personal cost. Just imagine witnessing entire empires rise and fall like they were seasons changing. What does that do to your sense of self? Who are you when everyone you've ever known has returned to dust 1,000 times over? It results in this fascinating duality. On one hand, he possesses this deep, profound empathy for our struggles because he's witnessed them for centuries. But on the other hand, there has to be an element of detachment, a kind of sorrowful wisdom that comes from seeing humanity repeat the same patterns over and over again. So, as we wrap up this explainer, it's pretty clear this film concept isn't just about telling a story. It's really framed as an invitation for us to reflect on some of the biggest questions of all. At its heart, the film really wants to take us on a journey. It starts by urging us to question our assumptions. From there, it encourages us to seek a deeper understanding. And finally, it invites us to look beyond the veil of everyday reality. It asks us to consider what real knowledge even is. Is it just about accumulating facts, or is it something deeper, a kind of spiritual alchemy that actually transforms you from the inside? It pushes us to think about our own identity. I mean, if he struggles with it across millennia, what does that mean for us in our own brief, precious lives? How do we hold on to our humanity?
And maybe most importantly, it connects the past directly to us, right here, right now. How can the wisdom of the ages help us navigate the challenges we face today, and maybe, just maybe, unlock a better future?
Ultimately, the intended impact isn't just intellectual, it's spiritual. The story is meant to be an echo of his own journey, one that's designed to resonate within us and awaken a similar desire for understanding and enlightenment. And that leaves us with one final, powerful thought to walk away with. If the greatest wisdom guides but doesn't control, then what does that wisdom ask of us? How does it want us to live our own lives and influence the world around us? It's something to think about.